So as I said, I have a new motorcycle, and right after I bought this motor I saw a 2-in-1 exhaust online. I purchased it. I'm thinking about switching the exhaust right now. I don't think it's a really big project to switch the exhaust because there's a few bolts, and I have like 45 minutes right now, and I'm going to try to start with it. I also have a little bit of time tomorrow morning, so let's see what happens. The pipes are attached to the engine right there, and right there somewhere. Right there underneath the engine there's another bolt, and I think that holds the system. The end pipe is on those two bolts right there, so I don't think it's that hard. I got like two pipes coming out of the engine. Then I got the other part, which is bigger because it comes from the other side of the engine, so that's why this one is bigger. Then I got the rest of the pipe, the 2-in-1 part, and the end of the pipe, which is going to the muffler. And it's one from Dominator, and it's I think the HP1. I think they call it like that. It's with a little carbon end, which is really sick, I think. And this is just slipping on with a clamp. There's a dB killer in the back side, only as you can see right through it. So I'm gonna get it out because I want to know how it's working, because in my opinion it doesn't work that well if you can look right through it, because most dB killers I know look a little bit like this, but I think it's the same thing, only with a hole inside. I'm just screwing it out with my fingers. I know these dB killers can be quite stuck. So someone told me it works like this, with a big plier on the end, and then just hammer it out. Well, the dB killer is actually inside it, so this trick won't work. Well, the hammer and the plier didn't work, but I got it out by putting a broomstick in it and push on it, and then it came out. So it is this dB killer, and I think it's I'm right, because this hole you can see right there is way bigger than this hole. So a lot of sound will try to enter on the outside of this tube, and then it won't work, so it will bounce back to the edge of the dB killer into the muffler, kind of. So yeah, that's how it works. I hope it does a good job. On the longer part of the exhaust system on the front, which comes out of the engine, there's a hole right here. I think this is for a temperature switch, but I can't find them on a bike, so I don't know if I can use it. So I probably have to plug this with something else. And I had a temperature switch laying around, but I think I threw it away, so... I quit this job yesterday because I missed a temperature switch in the exhaust pipe. So I have this car, and it will be picked up today for parts. And I knew there was a temperature switch in the exhaust. And I took it out, and right now I put it in the exhaust pipe right here. So this is a huge thing, but I can zip tie a little cable down because I don't need this temperature sensor. So I'm going to let it sit for now, and maybe I'm gonna put another part in later on. So I just sold my car, that's a good thing. Bad thing is, everything is so rusted over. Fittings for my tools are completely holed out. They turn it over.
This bolt right there is like rounded, so I can get a tool.
Well, this is the only one which is coming off properly. On my engine there are like 3 other nuts, and the problem with these is they're all screwed up. The hex is gone. So I fixed this tool which has a counterclockwise thread on it, and you can actually screw it in, and because it's counterclockwise, when you keep turning it in, it will turn the nut off the bolts which are in the engine. So that's a really cool tool, I think. And I can just use a 10mm wrench. The point on this thing is a bit too long. Well, let's do a little status update. I got the nut on the right side off. You can see I destroyed it completely. And I used this tool for it. You can put it on the nut and then tighten this side. And then you have a grip on the nut, and actually you should be able to break the nut, but that didn't happen to me. When I pushed some marks into it and used a lot of this stuff, I had some dents into it. I hit it with a screwdriver and then it came loose really slowly. There's the other nut, and on the other side of the beam in the middle is also a nut. And I can't get there with that braking tool. So I'm first going to try to warm it a little bit up with a storm lighter. Let's try to heat it up a little bit. Just have to let it get grip. I think I'm lucky. This is great. Or I'm almost breaking the bolt. Okay, I might have broken it right now. Yes, I did. Broke clean up, just like the other one. Look, there it is. It's so rusted. The good thing is though, there is still a lot left on the in the engine itself, so I can weld something on it and get the whole bolt out of the engine. That's a good thing. This tool has a lot of grip, so I got 2 broken bolts right now. Also, you have to be careful with these tools to go inside the engine. Like, if the bolt is broken inside of the engine, you can drill it out, and then when you try to use one of these, or a smaller one, it might happen that they break. This one is really thick, but like, if you have a thin one, it might break and then you're further from home, to say it like that. So I'm going to remove the mufflers. Not broken. Just coming up like, yes, this is great. Well, this thing was not too tight anymore. Same with this one, already loosened up. Let's wiggle it down for a little bit, that's it. For the 2 sides which are getting on the bike, I have 1 nut on both sides. That's gonna hold them for now. I also bought this nut. I'm gonna put a little grease on the edge of this thing, some sort of exhaust paste. So I think this will do the job. I think when you tighten it really good, it will also do the job, but for now I think this might be a little bit better. What size will it be? I think 24. Yes, it is. So right there is another hex bolt which is holding the engine pipe together. Problem is with the exhaust system, I think this thing is on since this bike came out of the factory. And this bike isn't cleaned too often, so I'm not in the mood of breaking anymore, so I'm gonna
let it swim in this stuff and then wait a couple of minutes. Well, it didn't break and I got it out. Look at it, it's completely rusted. There's nothing more holding the engine pipes. So wait, but I'm gonna you can hear it by the sound actually. Whoa. Look at this. I don't know if that's a problem. Well, the back side looks really good.
This angle though.
So it should be closed right now.
Well, this looks sick. Right now the front pipes are not attached yet, so I loosened this bolt so it has a little play, and now I'm going to try to put those in. I don't know how, maybe slid them on, maybe just push them on, hammer them on, I don't know. So I slid the pipes in and I just hammered on it with a little bit of wood in between. And right now it's just enough to have the nut onto it. One thing I'm a little bit concerned about, this hose is literally attached to the exhaust system. Maybe I can fit it somewhere or put it on another way, I don't know. Be sure nothing touch the exhaust because it will melt everything away. Like the clutch cable is coming close but not touching it. So I'm not sure about that, but maybe I can push that away somehow, I don't know. But you have to watch out with everything that touches it. These rings came with the exhaust, and I can put this around the frame. It's on the bike right now. It's not really leveled, but it's still inside this cup, so don't really think that's a problem. It's a bit loose, that's good. It's far enough away from the exhaust. Well, it became really loud, maybe too loud. For now it's okay, but it's loud. Don't really like that. On the front I don't hear it really leaking, so that's a good thing. But you saw a little smoke maybe, that's because I put a lot of this stuff around the engine on the front, so that was like steaming off a bit. Maybe I'm going to change the DB killer, I think it's too loud. I know these DB killers will do a way better job, so maybe I'm going to weld a cap on the end and then drill holes in the sides, and then I should have the same result as this one. That's the plan. Will also be in this vlog probably. And I'm going to make a separate vlog of the bolts which I'm going to turn out of the engine, and I'm going to make a series of this thing until this bike is really dope. But for now, it is what it is. It is what it is.